Tell me something. When you think of success, what do you see? Fame? Fortune? The green glow of that hypothetical money tree? Shouldn't be. To measure success, you decide what's your best. A deep dig down to the depths. It's the dream, the desire that pump through your chest. Oh, what was that? That heartbeat that drives you. And once you find it, then you grind to bind the moments that define success for you. Because here, tonight, this is where dreams come true.
And I cannot wait to see what we have in store tonight. Big fight feel. Two superstars with journeys around the globe, all leading to this point.
Now you're ready to stand up front, undeterred and unafraid. Ride the spotlight that you've made, knowing that all the world's a stage.
Step up to the moment. Step up to the bright lights. Step up and perform.
Dedication, passion, sacrifice make all of this possible.
We are about to see a classic.
You'll cry, sweat, bleed, and you'll scream. You'll shout, "Hey world, look at me! Welcome to my dream!" So tell me once again, what is success? What defines this greatness? How bad do you want it? How far will you take this? So go ahead, take a bow. We'll give you a hand. And in return, bear witness to another epic SummerSlam. Ah! It just feels so damn good.
And now, Cricket Wireless and MLB Tap Sports Baseball 18 present WWE SummerSlam.
For the 31st consecutive time, we welcome you to the biggest event of the summer. You are looking live at a sold-out Barclays Center in Brooklyn. 16,169 WWE fans on hand. Welcome, everybody, to SummerSlam. Barclays Center has become an asylum for the lunatic fringe. Dean Ambrose is back. Bigger, stronger, badder than ever before. Barclays just came unglued. Well, you just heard Terry Crews say it's about success or it's about failure. For many of these superstars here tonight, that's all that matters, and it starts with Seth Rollins.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Intercontinental Championship. Introducing first the challenger, accompanied by Dean Ambrose from Davenport, Iowa, weighing 217 pounds, Seth Rollins.
So we kick SummerSlam off with a match from Monday Night Raw for the Intercontinental Championship. And there is a reason that Seth Rollins has brought his
Shield brethren, Dean Ambrose back, and that is for backup.
Seth Rollins has learned many times throughout recent history that Drew McIntyre has been a complete game changer. Rollins has Ambrose tonight, hopefully to neutralize the Scottish psychopath.
There can be no more discussion about the playing field not being equal. Tonight, it's about Seth, it's about Dolph. That's all that matters.
Rollins is out. He's dressed like he's out here looking for the Infinity Gauntlet, but I think the Intercontinental title is more important tonight.
His opponent, accompanied by Drew McIntyre, presenting in Hollywood, Florida, weighing 218 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler!
Dolph Ziggler accompanied by Drew McIntyre as Dolph gets set to defend the Intercontinental Championship against Seth Rollins here tonight as we kick off SummerSlam. We are joined ringside by our Spanish announce team of Carlos Cabrera, Marcelo Rodriguez, and Jerry Soto.
Gracias, amigos. Viviendo otras resistencias, el evento más grande del verano con 9 luchas de campeonato. Bienvenidos.
Las probabilidades se multiplican. Hoy, 1 de 4 hombres saldrá campeón universal. Un placer para mí estar con todos ustedes en SummerSlam.
And our German announce team here as well, Calvin Kinney and Karsten Schaefer.
Alle Titel stehen auf dem Spiel. Ein Höhepunkt jagt den nächsten. Es ist die größte Party des Sommers, der SummerSlam.
What a menacing sight to behold Drew McIntyre is. 14 times the Intercontinental Championship has changed hands at SummerSlam. It was the first title to ever change at SummerSlam back in 1988 when the Ultimate Warrior beat the Honky Tonk Man. Tonight, Seth Rollins hopes to take the title from Dolph Ziggler.
And it's certainly a different feel, isn't it, guys, with 4 men in the ring as opposed to 2-on-1. With having the Shield brethren back in the house with Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose was out of action for 9 months after having tricep surgery, injuring his right arm in a 6-man tag team match late last year.
You know, not everybody is comfortable with being a leadoff hitter coming right out of the blocks and starting a show, but I talked to Dolph Ziggler earlier today, and he said this plays right into our message. We want to set the tone for the WWE Universe, but more importantly, the locker room.
You cannot overstate how important it is for Ambrose to be back in the corner of Seth Rollins. The reason Dolph Ziggler's Intercontinental Champion today, after he took an open challenge by Rollins a couple of months ago, is because of Drew McIntyre. The reason he's retained that championship over the past couple of months is because of Drew McIntyre. And tonight, Ambrose is able to neutralize that factor.
I mean, that's kind of your opinion. I mean, maybe Drew had a hand in it, but you can't discredit Dolph Ziggler.
Not an opinion, it's a fact, Corey. You watched the matches just like I did. As now Seth Rollins looks to control Ziggler, the champion, in the early part of this match.
I think what can't be disputed, gentlemen, is the fact that on a stage as big as SummerSlam, we don't want any of the storylines tomorrow morning to be, well, it was because of that, or it was because of that. We want it to be about
And here it is. Once, just as we mentioned earlier, Ambrose in the face of McIntyre.
It's nice to have backup. It's better when your backup's out of his
Roll up
mind.
by Rollins, shoulders are down, kick out by Dolph at 2, and an uppercut. Caught Seth in the nose, and now it's Dolph's turn. And a near fall for the champion. Went for the super kick, blocked by Rollins, kick to the midsection. And now Dolph Ziggler going to take a breather and regroup.
Both Rollins and Ziggler fully aware of the incredible in-ring conditioning of their opponents. After the 30-minute Iron Man match at Extreme Rules, that Ziggler emerged victorious, albeit with a little controversy. I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go another 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, Corey, it's a great point. Neither one of these guys are going to surprise the other with what they have in the ring. It's going to be all about the intangibles, which decides who's going to be victorious here tonight.
Dolph Ziggler, only 2 men in WWE history, held the Intercontinental Championship more times than Dolph. Chris Jericho and The Miz. Ziggler, a 6-time champion.
Nobody has embraced SummerSlam week more than Dolph Ziggler. He has been everywhere, but now the focus, guys, and for everybody, really, has to come to the Barclays Center right here and right now.
He's making jokes and stand-up comedy at Caroline's over the weekend, but tonight it's no joke in the ring against Seth Rollins. Rollins off the leapfrog. Nice hip toss by the Kingslayer. And Ziggler again will regroup outside the ring. When Seth was asked about the return of Dean Ambrose, he said, quote, "It always feels right."
Well, you know, he spent time in the last week or so. And
here we go. A little face-off with McIntyre protecting Ziggler.
Wait a minute.
Meanwhile, Ambrose, a little intimidation of his own, and Seth Rollins with a big smile on his face.
I'll give Dean Ambrose a lot of credit, showing extreme restraint with how long he's been out, not to lay his hands on Dolph Ziggler.
What a shot by Rollins. And again, another by Seth, driving Ziggler into the corner.
You can hear Rollins taunting Drew McIntyre, saying it's a different ball game now, isn't it?
Well, you know, Seth talked about the long plane ride over to China, Shanghai, and how he thought about this match and how he thought about what he would have to do to be victorious, and how a sense of calmness came over him, knowing that he was prepared, knowing that he was ready.
And Rollins, what's he going to do here to Dolph Ziggler? Over the suplex, Ziggler lands on his feet, back into the corner. Rollins launched off to the apron. Oh, and a right hand to Dolph.
See, almost instinctively, Rollins looks off McIntyre. Ziggler unable to capitalize in that moment, but there it is.
But Corey, doesn't it seem like to you that his attention, Seth, is way too much on Drew McIntyre and not on Dolph Ziggler?
Here's the cover now. Hook of the leg, hooks both legs, and a kick out by Rollins. But Ziggler attacking the knee of Seth Rollins.
Smart.
Ziggler familiar with Seth Rollins. They've competed against one another so many times. Rollins with a history of knee injuries. This is a smart strategy by a veteran champion.
Every time he falls even awkwardly on that knee, you start to cringe and you start to worry that maybe it might be another serious injury, and you hope not.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
And now as he punishes Rollins, he mouths off to Ambrose. And the Intercontinental Champion is taken over.
You gotta wonder if it's almost a strategy by Ziggler to try to incite Dean Ambrose. Champion's advantage dictates that if Seth Rollins gets disqualified, Ziggler's still the champion.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
The only way Rollins can win the title is via pinfall or submission.
You got to believe that Seth and Dean had that conversation, Corey, backstage when they were going over their game plan.
We know that Ambrose is unstable at best. You always hear Ziggler talk about how McIntyre's his Scottish psychopath. Completely different levels of insanity here. Drew McIntyre is obsessed with changing the business, changing the game, and having Dolph Ziggler along for the ride. Ambrose is just nuts.
And that makes being victorious here tonight, staying Intercontinental Champion, so vital for these two.